Well, well, well. Welcome back, everybody. As a pigeon, I've spent years dodging cyclists, seagulls, and the occasional angry toddler. But today, we're looking at something even more dangerous: political gains that make absolutely no sense. In this debate, a Green Party councillor suggests that Nigel Farage's politics are so divisive that he shouldn't be surprised if he feels unsafe. That's right. Apparently because Nigel is calling for illegal migrants to be deported is now being treated as if it's some kind of extremist position. Meanwhile, we're told reform are the problem, reform are the racists, reform are beyond the pale. Yet when you actually listen to what's being said, the argument starts falling apart faster than a stale loaf in a park full of pigeons. So grab a snack, hit that subscribe button, and let's dive into this debate and separate the facts from the political hysteria. Let's get into it.
I think he says definitely a gift, not a donation.
A gift, sorry. Thank goodness. Yes, whatever the technical term is, and that, of course, that should be correct. But the point is, thank goodness, because that means that you and me, the taxpayer, are not having to pay for Nigel's security.
Well,
somebody
Annabelle,
is
if I could
paying
for
that.
Go on,
the fact
Chantal.
that Nigel needs security and is getting £5 million, the divisive rhetorics that have been sown into our communities, many of the people in our communities don't feel safe. So where is their safety budget?
But
Where's their protection from that divisive rhetoric?
So, you know, here we have a Green Party representative, and of course I respect your views, but the fact is you stand for legalising heroin, opening the borders, legalising prostitution. No one's allowed to make
Chantal,
a profit.
quickly respond to that, 'cause we need to move on.
We stand for a welfare-based approach to addiction, which would help people to be reintegrated in society and get supported and not criminalised. We stand for legal routes into the country and support for migrants.
You stand for open borders.
Very quickly, I'm going to just very quickly, because we need to move on. Councillors in there that have come up against, or rather have been accused of being racist and misogynistic. When somebody put one of that to Nigel Farage on Friday, he sort of dismissed it, but he said, well, we don't want that sort of people in our party. But a few have been elected.
Can I just say, you know, we have 30 Green councillors that have been accused of being anti-Semitic. You know, everybody, Greens
but do you want
Can I
people like that in your
Let me
party?
just answer the question. Green and Reforms, we are rapidly growing parties, and clearly we're doing our utmost to make sure that we get the highest quality candidates, but we're growing so fast. There will be issues.
Sorry,
Chantal.
Sarah did mention the Green Party there. All of those councillors that are under investigation are under investigation. The councillor who you mentioned has accusations of anti-Semitism in Sefton, and he is now a councillor. He was elected, and it was put to Nigel Farage if this person would be subject to disciplinary procedures, and he did not confirm that. He said the person wasn't welcome in the party, but when pushed, he did not confirm that person...
Just sorry, Bev, I'll come to you in one
Sarah, will that councillor be subject to disciplinary procedures?
The point is, we've all
Will they be subject to disciplinary procedures?
We've all got issues. The point is, the biggest issues that came up on the doorstep is an absolute betrayal.
This is a serious allegation.
By Labour, been taken for granted. And the other issue that came up on the doorstep every single time is immigration. People are so let down by immigration and not prioritising British
that there are disciplinary procedures
you can't do anything about it.
And you are not confirming if this councillor
both of you
is accused of anti-Semitism.
Chantal, 1 second. Let Bev come in.
I didn't realise I'd come into a shouting match this morning. Look, I think there's a challenge, actually, for both Reform and Greens. In a lot of people have been elected that perhaps they didn't even expect to get elected. You know, and if I think about a Manchester context, I've got a person who's been elected in one ward in the city who said some very worrying things about Muslims, and it's been exposed in the media, the councillor in Sharston. At the same time, I'm navigating someone who was elected for the Greens that told a cancer survivor that she shouldn't stand because she had cancer. So I think kind of as we're working into this, we all need to think about
and
who's
all parties,
getting elected.
Labour have been accused in the past of
precisely.
anti-Semitism.
So look, I think there is a responsibility that we're electing people to run local services, and I think new parties have got just as much responsibility to make sure that the people that they're electing can stand up for all communities.
Greens aren't a new party. We've been established in local councils for many decades. We had 40 councillors before we went into these elections, and we have experience of being councillors and in local government. So we are gaining new councillors, but we are having a lot of local councillors re-elected.
What I'm saying, though, and you've said yourself, haven't you, you've seen an increase in the number of councillors.
We have.
that comes with it a responsibility, as your leader has well said, around making sure that you're properly vetting the people.
Sarah, you wanted to come back in.
Well, look, I was a borough councillor for 8 years, so I fully understand what these new councillors are going to have to get to grips with. And yes, it is a challenge. It's going to be a challenge for all new councillors to go into these places and take control. But I think what we know you'll get from a reform councillor is common sense and putting the interests of the local British people first.
I just want to very quickly ask you, Bev, if Andy Burnham decides to stand for a seat, are you interested in